Immensa was set up in Dubai to get the technology into the GCC. We started off with Dubai, we've expanded to other Emirates. Today we cater to a lot of countries in the GCC. We've done some projects for European companies that were looking at the GCC. With the 3D printing technology, the advantage is local manufacturing. So you're actually manufacturing close to site. So we see ourselves primarily being GCC dominant as a base, with some clients coming from across the world. In 2018, over 19,000 industrial 3D printers were sold globally. In the entire GCC, we have less than 10 printers operational. So we still have some way to go, which is actually a good thing for us, but it's growing quite fast. Today, we're seeing it applied in the region and across the world. The disruption is happening. One of the biggest benefits, which is also the disruptive factor, is the effect on logistics and supply chain. Today, by converting your typical fabrication process into 3D printing, you're doing a couple of things. Number one, you're reducing cost of warehousing. You're really reducing the footprint. Today, instead of having warehouses with tens of thousands of parts, spare parts being stored, you're 3D printing on demand. So you're reducing the footprint of warehouses, you're reducing the shipping cost, you're reducing customs, so the overall cost drops a lot. The lead time drops significantly, where things are made available much quicker, and the environment is affected when you're not shipping as much, when you're not stocking. Two other factors that don't seem to be mentioned a lot is the way the economy changes. Always the issue with technology is the change of kind of labor force you have. With 3D printing, you're moving from very sort of traditional blue-collar labor into high white-collar jobs. So by adopting 3D printing, you're really raising the caliber of people, you're increasing employment in engineering, in material science, and that I think has a very big positive effect on economies. And self-reliancy. By countries being able to produce locally, you've moved countries that historically could not have been industrialized to become industrialized. In the GCC, we don't have the populations to mass produce. 3D printing moves that, so we don't need 100 million people to be an industrial country. We can actually be an industrial country with a much smaller population. I started Immensa Technology Labs a month probably after I joined YPO, and there was a lot of overlap, and it was a very interesting time. I joined YPO, and the first event I attended probably 2 weeks after joining YPO was Singularity. This was back in 2015 or 16. And I hadn't yet opened Immensa. We were in the process, and it was an eye-opening experience. You're going to Singularity and they're talking about disruptive technology, and you're coming back setting something in that sector. So it was an alignment of different planets, I felt like, and it was fantastic because it really sort of guided me. And other things in YPO that really, I think, was part of the success why I'm here today. YPO did play a factor in that. One of them, I'm a heavy user of M2MX, so I probably use it at least once a month or once every 2 months. And I reach out to people for learning, for personal, and specifically for Immensa, I'd reach out to people in manufacturing if I needed something in terms of 3D printing. So it was a very good communication. But the biggest benefit I felt, and that's where the overlap between setting up Immensa, joining YPO helped, is the feedback. I was using the entire sort of YPO network to bounce off ideas. I would actually reach out different members, colleagues, peers, and friends, telling them what I'm setting up. And you always refine your business plan and actually improve it as you discuss it with people who are smart, who build up businesses. So these were things that were very, very, I want to say, conductive, and helped a lot getting us to where we are. We've been able to propel it from being a local company to an international company because of YPO. We've been able to give back a lot. We've helped companies in South America, in North America, and so on, to actually adopt additive manufacturing just by guiding them. And other than the fact that it feels good, you feel that you're playing a role in changing the global economy.